Hello, one and all. It's my view of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, chapter 118, all for fun. And this last page really makes it seem like Koichi is dead. I mean, I know we've been here many times in this series, especially in this arc, but we had a lot of death flags this chapter. We had so very many death flags. I mean, for one, we had a little flashback to Koichi's past. He was off fighting the one big bad. He said, oh, this is it. This is my final fight. And when asked about all his broken bones and wounds, he said, yeah, I don't feel any pain at all right now. All bad signs. All really bad signs. Plus, he is kind of, talking to the dead right now, which people don't normally do when they're going to survive. Usually, if you're talking to the dead, yeah, that's a sign you're dead and you're going to stay dead. Of course, his line about this being the day where his dream comes to an end is more likely a reference to this being his last day as the Crawler, the last day as a vigilante, the last day he can fight crime, fight villainy, because after this he'll be arrested, thrown in jail, put on probation. Something will be done to him where he's no longer able to go out and save people like he is right now, so he's enjoying it. He's enjoying it because he knows it's over. After Six has run out of steam or one of the pro heroes have come in and saved the day, he knows that'll be it for him. And he's prepared for it, so he's enjoying this fight with every fiber of his being because he knows it's his last fight. There's also the very worrying concern that a significant part of this chapter was All For One analyzing Koichi's quirk and being quite interested in it. I mean, he starts off by saying it's just a mediocre quirk that Koichi has tried and trained and worked to the point where it is something that truly shines. But as the chapter goes on, he becomes more and more interested in it, wondering what exactly is driving him, what exactly is the true nature of that quirk. So it could be that after this is all said and done, All For One will show up and steal the quirk from him, and Koichi probably wouldn't be that concerned by it, wouldn't be that bothered by it, be like, alright, well, I guess I used my quirk so much that I blew it up, it died on me, something like that happened, alright, well, let's move on. I mean, as he said this chapter, he's not particularly good at reading a room. He wouldn't think to himself, you know what? I think some sort of quirk-stealing fiend may have taken the quirk from me. I should go tell All Might. I really doubt that thought will pass through his mind at all. Though, like All For One said, the quirk required so very much effort and training and trial and error to actually become useful that he might decide, you know what, it's not worth it. I'd rather deal with quirks that I can master fairly easily than a quirk that might become useful down the road. But whether or not All For One steals the quirk, I do just love he has to wonder to himself, what obsession, what passion could be driving this boy to push his quirk beyond its limit time and time again? How is he doing this? What is driving him? And the big answer seems to be, he's having fun. He's enjoying himself. He's loving this fight. He's loving the chance to actually battle against a villain, to use his quirk to its full ability, to its full power. He's having a freaking blast. Especially when he realizes, wait a minute, that whole giant thing isn't actually his real body, so I can keep punching him over and over again without killing him. Yay! Oh my god, that is such the best mixture of Koichi and Knuckle Duster. The love of just fighting again and again, while at the same time just being so very worried that he might accidentally hurt somebody. Oh, I love it. Though it certainly doesn't seem like Koichi needs to be all that worried about actually hurting Six, because even after he destroyed 30% of this man's body, he regrew it all in the span of just a few seconds, and then started trying to murder him again. So yeah, Six has way more energy than I was expecting. I figured this was Six draining the bombers and himself to the very limit. This was everything he had. Nope, turns out he has way more than that, and he can keep rebuilding himself over and over again, which, oh boy, that's bad. That's very bad. I mean, seriously, I think on page 13, Koichi actually manages to break his body to destroy him, but then before Koichi even hits the ground, he's already managed to regenerate himself and is winding up a punch to smack Koichi and truly bring his reign as the Crawler to an end. So yeah, that is some serious regeneration going on right there, and I really think Koichi needs some freaking backup. All Might, where the freak are you? Where are you, All Might? Why are you not saving this kid? He's your number one fan, besides Deku. He's even wearing an All Might hoodie this very moment, which just got burned up because you were not there to save him. Bad All Might. Bad, bad All Might. And I know I mentioned this before, but it's definitely concerning that Koichi says he's feeling on the top of his game. I mean, I get adrenaline, but many of his bones were broken by Six's first attack on him, and while he is supporting them using his quirk to basically, I don't even know, keep the bone from breaking any more, he should still be in a frankly unbelievable level of pain. He should be exhausted beyond all measure, and yet he is still going. I really do feel like this is him, essentially burning his soul, burning up whatever energy powers his body to the very limit, to the point where when this fight actually ends, he'll just fall at the ground dead because he gave everything he had to fighting Six here. And then we get a flashback to little itty-bitty Koichi, who just kept wanting to play hero for as long as he could, long after all his friends had left and the game had ended. But he kept playing, and that's what we see, in this chapter, essentially. He kept being a hero, pretending to be a hero for years and years, but he is aware now that the game has to end, that this is his last chance to be a hero, to be a vigilante, to save anyone, and he's going to embrace that moment with everything he has. Even if it means smiling in the face of death. Oh, I love you, Koichi. I freaking love you. Though there is one last thing I want to mention. Koichi says actually becoming a hero meant going to one of those special schools. Is that actually like an ironclad rule? Like the only way to become a pro hero is to go to UA or one of the other hero schools to actually get a degree from a school that specializes in heroing? Because if so, that is a problem. I mean, I definitely feel like that's the kind of thing that would limit the selection of heroes, only those who can actually, afford to go to UA. I mean, I'm sure there's scholarships and whatever, but at the same time, I can't imagine many, lower income families would be able to send their kid to a school where they, might become a pro hero, or otherwise they'll just, end up unemployed. So is this panel implying the hero society is classist? Like only the upper class, only those who are well off can actually afford to send their kids to a pro hero school? Only they can actually allow their kids to become pro heroes? That's definitely something to speculate about right there. I mean, I've been saying for a very long time, both this series and the main series, that I thought the future of My Hero Academia was a world where the idea of a hero is less rigid. I mean, there's still pro heroes, but there's also like junior heroes, like volunteer heroes, who whenever they see someone in need can step in, use their quirks, and save the day. Huzzah! And if I'm reading this right, and you actually do need a degree from a fancy hero school to become a pro hero, then that future would make way more sense. Allow the common man to step in to be a hero, to save someone using his quirk. I think that would make a lot of sense. But please, let me think else down below. Is Koichi dead? Is he going to die? Is All For One going to steal his quirk? Where the freak is All Might? What's going to happen next? And unfortunately, we'll have to wait quite a while, as the next chapter won't drop for 3 weeks, which... yeah, it's a long time. That is a really long time to wait to find out whether or not Koichi's dead or not. But please, let me know down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then, peace!